into the Slab Hour.
Slab Hour on marijuana issues and the lifestyle.
The residents of the District of Columbia spoke loud and clear last November when they adopted Initiative 71.
A sort of pot revolution happening here in Washington.
Me, I'm all about championships. Go. Thank you, man. Yo, God bless you. God bless you.
What is the Slab Hour? The Slab Hour, we took it upon ourselves to raid the station, take away that stigma on marijuana, show you the culture, take big slabs, push off phone homie, get the community out there front and center.
The natural defenses are crumbling. Now's the time to introduce the joint. Must come up.
Slab Hour!
This is Phone Homie, and you've tuned into the Slab Hour.
Slab Hour on marijuana issues and the lifestyle.
The residents of the District of Columbia spoke loud and clear last November when they adopted Initiative 71.
A sort of pot revolution happening here in Washington.
Me, I'm all about championships. Go. Thank you, man. Yo, God bless you. God bless you.
What is the Slab Hour? The Slab Hour, we took it upon ourselves to raid the station, take away that stigma on marijuana, show you the culture, take big slabs, push off phone homie, and get the community out there front and center.
The natural defenses are crumbling. Now's the time to introduce the joint. Must come up.
Slab Hour!
This is Phone Homie, and you've tuned into the Slab Hour.
Slab Hour on marijuana issues and the lifestyle.
The residents of the District of Columbia spoke loud and clear last November when they adopted Initiative 71.
A sort of pot revolution happening here in Washington.
Me, I'm all about championships. Go. Thank you, man. Yo, God bless you. God bless you.
What is the Slab Hour? The Slab Hour, we took it upon ourselves to raid the station, take away that stigma on marijuana, show you the culture, take big slabs, push off phone homie, and get the community out there front and center.
The natural defenses are crumbling. Now's the time to introduce the joint. Must come up.
Slab Hour!
Tweet, I hit the act. Once it's linked my G, I'ma tell the truth. That's why these liars never fuck with me. All my niggas living in a swamp of insanity. You know I don't use the guns, but some of my niggas ain't the same as me. You bitch. Rainy road is all the jewels embedded in my chest piece. On my army, especially unique to bring catastrophe. All my squad be waiting up for me to come and take the lead. Now we headed out in your direction just to check on things. Who these niggas think they talking to? I make them run from me. When I pull up, she in slow motion while she run to me. I don't give no fuck about none of you boys, you won't be seen with me. You rappers talking shit, but you still wanna feature me. All my niggas smoking where we are, you can't say anything. Gundam gas laced inside my blood, I'm smoking everything. Should I pull off with his bitch and let her taste? That's everything. hear these rappers talking shit, but they still wanna feature me. Bitch, come watch me laugh while I deny a whole company. I'm the worst thing that could've happened to this industry. Now they look my way with side eyes, cause they don't fuck with me. I don't subtweet, I hit the at. Once it's linked my G, I'ma tell the truth. That's why these liars never fuck with me. All my niggas living in a swamp of insanity. You know I don't use the guns, but some of my niggas ain't the same as me. You bitch.
Trying to get my cheery disposition out, but it's not working right now. Turb it up and slab it down. Ladies and gentlemen, Washington, D.C. and worldwide, Phone Homie presents the Slab Hour. Make some motherfucking noise. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Slab Hours, episode 191. I feel like this mic is a little bit too hot. If we can tone down the mic just a little bit too spicy. Almost there. There we go. Welcome to Slab Hour, everybody. This is episode 191. We have 9 episodes left until 200 episodes of the Slab Hour. Thank you, everybody, for your love and undying support. Please make some noise for yourself.
Pew,
Please
pew,
make
pew,
some
pew,
fucking noise.
pew.
DJ A Boogie on the 1 and 2s.
Yeah, I'm waiting
What
for
up?
some sound to come through the speakers.
Phone Homie.
What up?
Oh, we don't have any music in the speakers?
I mean, it's
All
pumping.
sorts of beautiful things going on. It seems like we're on Facebook Live today and Instagram Live. It's awesome. Music is not going on right now, and that's
Here, I'll put it to the
like
headphones.
beatbox. Yeah, put the speaker or something like this. We have some background. This is an interactive show, everybody. The Slab Hour, episode 191. We are still ironing out the wrinkles. 202-308-5271. I believe the hotline, a.k.a. the potline, should be running, hopefully. So you can call in. That would make the show pretty interesting. Make things go nice and smooth. DJ A Boogie waiting for his speakers to get up. Oh,
They're up.
They're
They're up.
Barely. Let's get a little bit more noise in the background.
little bit more
Maybe
noise.
try a little more instrumental today so we can concentrate
Gotcha.
on these
Yeah.
lyrics and fucking quotes
The
I
bars.
got. Slab Hour, everybody. This is a show where we take that. I am Phone Homie, a resident of Washington, D.C., the city, nation's capital, district of cannabis, district of concentrates, district of Columbia, for 13 years now, and a cannabis medical patient, a.k.a. a card holder, with the ability to purchase cannabis in Washington, D.C. at Tacoma Wellness Center. Ever since they opened up that program. And here we are, right here at the Slab Hour, episode 191, the first show on WLVS Radio and in Washington, D.C., maybe even dare to say the whole DMV area, to have the first ever podcast with cannabis, involving cannabis. So that's awesome. Welcome to our show, everybody. A worldwide show. It should be watched worldwide. Every Sunday you catch us right here at the WLVS Radio on the Slab Hour, 9 p.m. Can I just say at the WLVS Radio?
At the WLVS.
At the WLVS Radio.
Facebook page.
PhoneHomie.com, where you can get all the awesome gear. And at PhoneHomie on IG to check out what I do every day. The fun, the stupidity, the good, the bad, and the fugly, if you will. I don't know. The show just doesn't work without the sound effects and the booming and all that stuff. I feel like we're in a... What's going on? You working with clock radio speakers? There we go. All you had to do is turn the sound up. Go ahead. More. Yeah. Yeah, turn it up and slap it down. This is the show right here where we try to take that 710, that 420 stigma that everybody has labeled on us that has been negative and turn into a positive turn that frown upside down and start taking dabs to kabobble all over your beard and everywhere else because you are getting stoned. Some say medicated, some say recreation. I say, damn it, I'm trying to get my eyes lifted the other way. On Tuesday, get the conversation flowing with Talking Terps, hosted by District Debs at 9 p.m. as well. On Thursday, from 9 p.m. To 10 p.m., look for Talk Drip Live, presented by Talking Terps. Peter Plains will lead you through the latest in streetwear and sneakers. After that, at 10, A Dank Look on the City is a show featuring a mashup of pop culture and cannabis. On Friday, catch Stoner for the People lighting up for the crowds at 8 p.m. And on Saturday, tune into McLeaf's Mark, hosted by Real Deal Funds, for a creative mix of cannabis and wrestling. Shout out to at Dwell DC, a great service for any of your venue needs right here in the district. If you have any little niche events that you're trying to do, something creative and fun, something communal, community-wise. I don't know if communal is actually the word I'm looking for here, but yeah, something community. Go to Dwell DC and find out if you can host your event there, right here in the district. Shout out to weedups.co, our friends in Germany, always on the Eastern European front and world front of cannabis, sending us all the things that they find out there from Germany, Poland, Belarus, Nova Scotia. Actually, that's another place. And other places, and sending it to it. I just said Nova Scotia because I just wanted to say that. Not because I don't know where Nova Scotia is. I am American, I know, but I do know where Nova Scotia is. Eh? Friday, catch Stoner for the People, lighting up crowds at 10 a.m. Yeah, we did all that. Events, Tacoma Wellness Center is celebrating their new year in style with an updated menu for all its patrons, right? Because they're drinking patrons.
In the back.
In the back. New edibles have been added to the menu for 2019, including marshmallow crisps and their medicated oat bar. Also, the new lineup is a medicated soap and medicated lozenge. The Wellness Center is open from 12:30 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Find out the rest of their menu and other information about them on their website, TacomaWellness.com, or visit their Instagram at Tacoma Wellness. Phone Homie merch can be found at HR Records in DC. HR Records is a record and clothing store. It has a wide selection of vinyls as well as CDs and the rights to sell Phone Homie clothing and gear. The store is located at 702 Kennedy Street Northwest. If you have any questions, give them a call at 202-469-9868. Stay lit and stay fit. Every Sunday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the 420 Cardio Sesh. Every Sunday from 10 to 11 a.m. there's an open invite for the whole world, DMV, and anybody else who wants to join. All fitness levels are welcome to participate. They're always mixing up their workouts with their main goal to burn fat and doobs and have fun doing it. Word up to the Larry Bird up. They are sponsored by local brands, which allows them to always give a free gift at pre-workout. Every week the location differs, so make sure you keep up with the movement by adding at DMV_cardio_sesh or its creator at 420 After Fitness. And don't forget to use the hashtag which started it all. That's hashtag Stay Lit, Stay Fit. Yeah. On June 29th and 30th, the Glass Carnival is kicking off the summer. Kicking ass. Kicking motherfucking ass. The carnival will be held at Spencer Fairgrounds, an 11-acre lot in Spencer, Massachusetts. Come out and see a plethora of unique glass and ass using their new Eventbrite page. You can preemptively purchase your tickets so you won't have to worry about missing a thing. For more info, visit their website, theglasscarnival.com, or check their Instagram at _glass_carnival and Facebook, one word, The Glass Carnival. Last but certainly not least, that was way loud. Ever. That was the loudest you ever. Finally, you fixed the on button.
Thought I'd break the ice.
You finally fixed the on button on there.
Thought I'd break the ice with that shit.
Last but not least, you can make some fucking noise for this one. The National Cannabis Festival. I said the National Cannabis motherfucking Festival will be held on April 20th right here in Washington, D.C. In early 2015, a small group of settlers and cannabis enthusiasts joined together around the idea to create the National Cannabis Festival, an event celebrating progress on cannabis legalization in D.C. and across the nation. On April 23rd, 2016, 5,000 attendees representing 30 states in the District of Columbia. I wonder, did they like actually sit there when you came in, like, what state are you from? And then at the end, they tallied it all up and said, well, 30 states out of 50 decided to join us.
I'm sure it's done through a perfectly legal way.
I'm
they collect that.
I'm talking about a accurate way.
Oh yeah.
Accurate. Who cares about legal?
Probably.
Were you there coming in? What state are you representing?
We don't have you on file.
Yeah. We're missing about 20 states still.
It's probably through their email. It's probably through the email, wherever the email's registered to. They probably got scientists back there, with beakers.
What about? Because I know some people from Puerto Rico came, so they didn't include. What about 30 states and Commonwealths of America?
Oh, what about the Commonwealths?
Yeah, and the American properties, right?
Mm-hmm. Virgin Islands,
Islands,
Virgins on the islands,
Virgin Islands.
Yes,
the islands are Virgin, and also the District of Columbia, which I'm sure was in
and what
full
about
effect.
districts?
Yeah, what about the districts?
What about districts of Columbia?
Yeah, what about the northeast, west, and souths of the districts? Who I know were definitely in attendance. But, okay, wait a minute. I didn't read that part. Representing 30 states and the District of Columbia.
There it is.
Right.
191 episodes and we still haven't learned.
We haven't learned to keep reading.
Keep reading. It's all in there.
Stop talking
it's
shit before you read.
Shit.
Welcome to Slab Hour, everybody. We're talking shit. Gathered at the festival grounds at RFK Stadium for the inaugural National Cannabis Festival, taking place just 1 mile from the United States Capitol building. The first ever National Cannabis Festival displayed the diversity and Asian culture of the cannabis community. Now in the 4th year, the Cannabis Festival, which is national, welcomes both old and new faces to RFK Stadium on 420. The festival will feature an array of vendors and personalities, including Phone Homie, Action Bronson, Ludacris, Backyard Band, and many others. Come join us at the booth where we'll be kicking it with Gavin Granny, Chris Crazy, and many, many others for sure. And you just look gleaming from eye to eye to play that "Can You Dig It" clip. If you have those general admission sales, they're $45, so you can snag them while you can. You got to make sure you keep on that. Make sure that's true. It is true. Okay, it's still $45 right now. If you have any other questions, feel free to visit thenationalcannabisfestival.com. When we come back, High Pot in news. Run some motherfucking videos, man, because I want to drink some beer. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, before you run the videos, let's do something real quick. Chris Crazy, bring us in. The Slab Hour right here. We'll take 1 minute out of the hour and dedicate that to slabbing on some motherfucking terps. I got some gelato across with the Legend and Mendo Glue. Some Cali strains right here. Mendo Glue from Spoiled, Gelato, and Legend from out there somewhere in the world.
Slab Hour.
Sing the words if you know the words and sing them along with me. How monotonous we are.
The turds are glowing just like E.T.'s finger. The goddamn dab bass gon' linger. Stoned immaculate like Slab homie. I'm Chris Crazy if you don't know me. Slab Hour, motherfucker, and I'm turped out. I heard turp saucy out the girl's mouth. We're the pretty bitches, the ones with freckles, and that B.H.O. there got speckles. That's poop soup. Listen to me, that shatter right there don't listen to me. I'm cool, bro. I'ma watch the Slab Hour. Slab Hour. Chill out for a dab hour. Motherfucker and twax everything. Married to the turfs, don't you see the wedding ring? Slap from Tacoma, the one with the K. Slap. You know we squash rosin all day. Slap. Bitch, money. Twax in this here marijuana. Slap. Bitch, money. Twax in this marijuana. Slap. Welcome to
Yeah. All right. When we come back, High Pot News. Turp out.
So yeah, this is for the people that say this is sugar. This is me having to break this thing. Yeah. That's fucking... Now it's sugar. Get in the juice.
You see, the songs, though, is what I do. Is write the songs and sing them.
Therefore, it's all pure feeling. What we're playing is complete honesty.
That's hard to say. But if you can trace the origin of your fear, it will disappear.
Martyr motherfuckers. I don't know why it's been like a plethora of haters on my motherfucking Instagram page. Thinking your best bet's to get the fuck off it. You don't like how I'm smoking the dope? Get the fuck off my page. You don't like my chicken shit raps? Get the fuck off my page. You don't like how long your baby mama's hair is? Get the fuck off my page. Your baby daddy got morning breath all day? Get the fuck off my page. You don't like what I'm doing in Funtown? Get the fuck on, bro. Don't leave no chicken shit remarks on my page. I'm blocking your bitch ass and I'm hiding my motherfucking story. Serve it up. Serve it. Martyr motherfuckers. I don't know why it's been like a plethora of haters on my motherfucking Instagram page. Thinking your best bet's to get the fuck off it. You don't like how I'm smoking the dope? Get the fuck off my page. You don't like my chicken shit raps? Get the fuck off my page. You don't like how long your baby mama's hair is? Get the fuck off my page. Your baby daddy got morning breath all day? Get the fuck off my page. You don't like what I'm doing in Funtown? Get the fuck on, bro. Don't leave no chicken shit remarks on my page. I'm blocking your bitch ass and I'm hiding my motherfucking story. Serve it up. Serve it.
Whoa! Fuck! Oh! Shit! Fuck! Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh! Chirp it up and slab it down. Welcome back to the Slab Hour, everybody. You're tuned into WLVSradio.com. Well, actually, you're not. You're tuned into their Facebook Live and my Instagram.
And IG. Not on WLVSradio.com.
You're not tuned into WLVSradio.com tonight.
At all.
At all. At all.
Yeah.
All right. So, high pot news. Get it?
Yo, I bet the 2,000 people that usually tune into WLVSradio.com would get that.
NYC Health Department announces ban on CBD in all bars and restaurants. This is New York, everybody. New York. The city's so nice, they banned it twice.
They banned that shit?
Yeah, they banned it. The New York City City Department of Health has announced that bars and restaurants in the city are not permitted to serve CBD products. Despite the legalization of hemp and CBD in the 2018 Farm Bill, a health department spokeswoman said in a statement that the cannabinoid has not been yet approved for use in food and beverage products. That doesn't really fit regulations. Restaurants in New York City are not permitted to add anything to our food or drink. It is not approved and safe to eat, she said. The health department takes it seriously and the responsibility to protect New Yorkers' health. Until cannabinoid or cannabidol CBD is deemed safe as a food additive, the department is ordering restaurants not to offer products containing CBD. Now listen, I don't know if that's her real voice.
Yeah, if that is her real voice, then that's fucked up. But if it's not a real voice, then that's hilarious.
That would be a really good impression.
Yeah, but just imagine that's how she really talks.
Right?
Then you're a bad
I envisioned
person.
it.
Then you're a terrible
I felt
person.
it.
Yeah.
I owned it. I feel like this thing's gonna blow up in my face in any second. The microphone, that is, not the accent that I did on
Facebook Live.
On Facebook Live. Yeah, that's right. I forgot the world's not even watching this.
Right. Yeah,
I could
you could do whatever the fuck you want.
I could do, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna do what the fuck I want. Okay, Dorothy Stebnoska, the owner of Flower Power Coffee House in Ridgewood, Queens, which has been selling CBD products, said that she disagreed with the ban and is considering to fight against it. It makes no sense. No, I'm sorry. It makes no sense, she said. It has no THC, no psycho additive. It is a plant and it comes from the ground. It helps a lot of people because I believe that's how her real accent is. She added that she had expected regulation, but believes that the health department has gone way too far. I was waiting for them to regulate it to give us some kind of instructions on how to go about selling it, but not for them to just pull it off the shelf. She said, "Oh Jesus, no!" I'm sorry. "Oh Jesus, oh no, we're going to lose a lot of money," she said. "Oh Jesus, oh no, we're gonna lose a lot of money." Sorry, I had to do it. I'm from New York, okay? Mayor Bill de Blasio said in an unrelated event that he has not yet discussed the issue with the health department, but he values their input. "I will follow up with the Department of Health," Bill. I'm sorry, I can't help myself right now. "I will follow up with the Department of Health," de Blasio said. "Look, the Department of Health is in the gold standard for public health in this country, and if they have a concern, I have a concern. I have not had this conversation with them directly, but I think they're often on the cutting edge of identifying problems and addressing them. So let me have that conversation, and I'll come back to you." Such a I'll come back to you stuff. I wonder when they will ever get back to us on that. CJ Holm, the owner of the Fat Cat Kitchen in Manhattan, has been offering CBD treats until last Friday when health department inspectors embargoed the products on hand and said they could not be sold. Holm said that the inspectors' visit left her with nothing but questions. But did they take her product? What does embargoed mean? with nothing but questions. They made statements that weren't true. They didn't explain what the issue was. They didn't take CBD. They just put it in a plastic baggie. They didn't take the CBD. They just put it in a plastic baggie. It was so random and arbitrary and unclear what we had done wrong, she added. I had to call the Department of Health 3 times to get someone on the phone who even knew what CBD was. One woman put me on hold and then came back and said, oh, I just Googled it. Now I know what CBD is. You're taking away my CBD and no one even knows what it is? Okay. Look, as I said it before, I'm not tripping, okay? But somebody out in the world is, and they think that the rest of the world should be too, medically, as we get into our next story right here. Magic mushrooms will be on the ballot in Denver this May. I was gonna trick everybody and say magic mushrooms will be on the ballot this year in May and not say in Denver, just to be like, what?
Trump can stay. right.
We just made America trip again.
Hell yeah.
America's tripping, for real.
For real. America's straight tripping.
Straight up. And we ain't microdosing like you fucking punks out there.
Like you pussies in Netherlands.
I didn't say that. See how you always go overboard?
Oh, I thought that's what you were about to say.
Facebook
I just
Live,
said
man.
it instead.
Facebook Live. They get vicious. You can't say pussies in that context.
Sorry.
Unless you're talking about kittens.
Okay, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
See, you're jumping to conclusions.
There's
kittens out there. Those pussies out in Netherlands. I stand by what I said.
All right. Don't be female dogging.
Female.
All right. So, we're so politically correct over here on the Slab Hour. This is a children's show, by the way. I'm politically correct. I don't know about the rest of the staff.
Nah.
No, definitely not. Unrelated, Mayor Bill de Blasio, people left her nothing but a baggie. Magic mushrooms we were talking about. Yeah, magic mushrooms will be on the ballot in Denver this May. On February 1st, the Denver Elections Division formally announced that that Decriminalize Denver, a group dedicated to crafting... Decriminalize it by killing it. Shot it down. Killed the whole fucking computer. Got it knocked down. All right. Careful, man. That's a 45 caliber. That's 40 calorie.
I kicked my backpack, man, and fucking just took out the bottom half of that speaker back there.
Oh, my God. A group dedicated to crafting a state-level framework for psilocybin cubensis. I know the first word. Psilocybin cubensis. Thank you. Gathered enough signatures to get their initiative on the ballot for the May 7th municipal election. I would have loved to be on that staff to go out and collect signatures for magic mushrooms. So, just wanted to take a few minutes every day to talk about tripping. Go on. The state requires 4,726. Although the campaign is just about to launch, the city is currently forging the path of the psychedelic movement. It's crazy. Like the 70s are coming back, and the 60s. I'll be running around naked, my tits out pretty soon. Tripping ball sacks. The 4,726 signatures for the measure to advance to the next stage. Next level, you're going to face the new boss. But according to Kevin Matthews, the leader of the Decriminalize Denver, the group collected 8,524, putting them up to actually level 7 and beating boss number 5.
The big magma?
I swear he's out there in the middle of the desert. I cut his head off and fed it to the snakes. Now I'm the Lord of Snake Venom. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. We're going.
I also
and Denver elections verified 5,559, and 3,000 of them were just ghosts. If voters pass the initiative, a possibly well within the reach, Colorado will become the first jurisdiction in the country to decriminalize adult possession, use, and propagation of psychoactive mushrooms. I'm extremely optimistic, and I'm tripping balls, Matthew tells High Times, just from speaking with people on the street while they're collecting signatures. A majority of them pretty much went down one of two avenues. It was either psilocybin's been the only thing that helps with my depression, my cluster headaches, or what is psilocybin?
Or they're just hanging out with their buddies, and they're just like,
oh, mushrooms!
Yeah, definitely. I'm behind
now
it.
I know what you're talking about. It saved my relationship. Then there were others who said, I don't believe anybody should be criminalized for something that grows naturally. So, of course, I'll sign this.
course I'll sign this.
Coca leaves grow naturally.
Oh, too far. Too far. Let's take care of the magic mushrooms Let's take care of the magic mushrooms
Coca leaves
first.
do grow naturally.
Facts. So do poppy seeds.
And peyote.
And so do poppy seeds. You know.
Yeah. And heron.
That's exactly. Well, that's poppy seeds.
Oh yeah, that's what you.
Yeah. So, not everything should. I mean, it just depends on your perspective, I guess.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And did you ever heard of that Colombian drug in Colombia called Scarpella or something like that? There was some crazy ass drug. And
Maybe.
They, like the seed of it, they could like blow it.
They blow it right into your face. Yeah.
And they take everything from you.
Yep,
you can
that's
get
it.
raped, everything.
Everything.
You wouldn't even know.
I didn't hear about the rape part.
No, people have gotten taken advantage of.
But I have heard of that, and it paralyzes you, right?
There's a lot of fucked up things. It's called the devil's something.
Yeah,
devil's,
it's like.
Yeah, the devil's something.
Low key. That's an old school ninja trick. They're not fooling.
Okay,
anybody.
Sam, the man crocodile does not grow on fucking trees.
Crocodile? No, that's synthetic.
Yeah.
That's 100% scientifically lab made by a guy
right.
with beakers.
Jankum does not grow on trees either. That's
Jankum is natural. Yes,
it's natural
process.
It's natural, but it does not grow from a plant. Although it could be the after effects of plants.
Correct. It could be processed plants if you're vegan.
Yeah, if you're vegan. Oh God, vegan Jankum. Oh God.
Organic.
Veganic Jankum.
Organic.
Come down with the veganic Jankum.
If you're fancy for those nights out of Beverly Hills.
Maybe we should go through all the different types of drugs and how you get high on them. And then one day when they'd be like, so what's that Jankum you keep talking about? Oh yeah, you mean where you shit and piss into a bottle and then let it ferment for days into a fucking balloon and huff the gases? That one? Yep, that's the one we're talking about. Jankum, you nerd! Where were we at?
Jankum.
The Jankum, that's exactly where we're at. We just made it solid. This is the Jankum hour.
Can you
I wish
please
Crazy was watching right now.
Could you just repeat that definition for everybody?
Call to the show right now, 202-308-5271, the Slab Hour, where we're turping it up and slabbing it down. Actually, we're just talking shit and having fun with it. Smoke the drugs, turping it up on some East Coast Spoiled. I'm on that Mendo glue. And I'm tripping balls right now, reading about this fucking article. Thank you. Finally, halfway into the show, we got a joint. Woo! Smoking on some Girl Scout cookies, and this shit is mad fuegs. Their campaign committee, Matthews, explains the volunteer-based group had over 50 people, explains the compromise of professionals, both men and women, in a number of different industries, including technology, cannabis, and drug policy reform. I thought for some reason I saw porn. Some are professionals in the porn industry as well. Oh, yeah. Know it's gonna snow at 10 p.m.
Nah, it's like a Insta blizzard outside. Just
it's an Insta blizzard right now.
Hashtag Insta blizzard.
No reason to stop the show, but it's snowing outside. Everybody, you've never seen it before. I'm sure.
Everybody lose their shit. Ah, it's not okay. It's not okay.
You see that video? It's like bread and butter. I gotta get the bread and butter. It's they said it's snowing on the radio. I gotta get the bread and butter.
Bread and milk. Bread and milk. Bread and milk.
Back to the mushrooms. It's really exciting because everyone is unified under being ecstatic to share psilocybin and being able to spread the good word about it. This, I guarantee this person was tripping when they said this. Everyone was doing their part, has made this campaign so humbling. Everyone has a place in it. They're fam forever. The mushroom movement in Denver is coming at a pivotal time, not just in history, but also in the collective consciousness. The resurgence of psychedelics and research is taking place while a massive portion of the world's population is heavily addicted to pharmaceuticals and opioids. According to the study by JAMA Internal Medicine, 1 in 6 Americans are taking psychiatric medication. What about ayahuasca? Who's doing that ayahuasca? Who's down with that ayahuasca, man?
Ooh, that's natural.
Yeah, that's natural.
That's natural.
That's natural.
What's that cactus?
Peyote, I said.
Peyote. Oh, you said that already. I wasn't, man.
We already talked about that. Old news, man. You're bringing up old shit. Damn. The report found that over 80% of those taking these meds, predominantly antidepressants and anxiolytics or lytics, sedatives, hypnotics, and antipsychotics, have used them long term. This is alarming, according to experts, because most of these drugs are recommended for shorter use, as they carry a number of serious risks if taken over an extended period of time. The psychedelic renaissance, however, is giving people permission to seek out alternative forms of medicine. Where we're inserting the initiative's legal language goes into the human portion of the Denver Code, which is intentional. Says Matthews, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. We have an opportunity to create something radically positive for our society. There's a potential for something great here, and I think it's why there's so much support behind the movement. People understand that we need not criminalize for something that can really help. If the Denver psilocybin initiative is approved, personal use, possession, and growth of magic mushrooms for adults age 21 and over would become the city's lowest law enforcement priority and prohibit the city from spending resources to impose criminal penalties, as well as becoming the most trippiest city in the world.
In the world.
Yo, you're mile high and you're tripping balls.
There is no place to get higher than Denver,
my
Colorado.
God. That is crazy.
That could be the new city slogan.
Right?
Trademark that.
Yep.
Denver's got to come through me. They got to come see me
the
for
initiative would also initiate a psilocybin policy review panel to assess and report the effects of the new ordinance. This panel would function similarly to an already existing panel for cannabis and would be comprised of 11 members, including 2 from the city council. Mushroom decriminalization similarly mirrors what Denver did with cannabis in 2005. Like cannabis, psilocybin is considered a Schedule I substance, but over the half-decade, an array of studies have collectively revealed a long-known truth. Shrooms are a catalyst for accepting and healing, all of which humanity desperately needs. And as a leading city of drug policy reform, there might not be a better place than Denver to successfully ignite this type of mass transformation. In other news, Miami is considering legalizing cocaine.
Fake news.
Sorry.
I
didn't mean I did.
Everybody got excited for a second, and then everybody calmed down. It's like, nah, that's not true.
The 420 bill to federally legalize cannabis. Oh, this is other news now. The 420 bill to federally legalize cannabis has officially been introduced. A federal bill that would legalize cannabis and regulate it like alcohol was introduced to the Senate on Friday by Democratic Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon. Shout out to you. The bill, the Marijuana Review and Regulation Act, has been designated as S.420. Nice. By Wyden, and is a companion measure to the H.R. 420, which was introduced to the House of Representatives by fellow Oregon Democrat Representative Earl Blumenauer last month. Shout out to Oregon, man. These activists really coming out and showing out and
just stepped up there. Yeah, stepped up there and was like, "Yo, we doing it now."
Oregon got it, man. I love Oregon, man. Oregon is the shit. Shout out to you out there in the Portland, man, Portlandia. Democratic aide to the Senate Finance Committee, where Wyden is a ranking member, said that the bill aims to responsibly legalize, tax, and regulate marijuana at the federal level, according to media reports. Wyden said in a press release on Friday that now is the time to reform cannabis at the national level. The federal prohibition of marijuana is wrong, plain and simple. Too many lives have been wasted and too many economic opportunities have been missed, Wyden said. It's time Congress made the changes Oregonians and Americans across the country are demanding. Motherfucker. Blumenauer agreed, noting that voters' opinions on cannabis have changed and their representatives in Congress should follow suit. Oregon has been and continues to be a leader in common sense marijuana policies, and federal government must catch up, said Blumenauer. The American people have elected the most pro-cannabis Congress in American history, and significant pieces of legislation are being introduced. The House is doing its work, and with the help of Senator Wyden's leadership in the Senate, we will break through. S.420 is part of a package of bills intended to reform federal cannabis policy, dubbed by Wyden and Blumenauer as the path to reform marijuana. The other measures in the package, the Small Business Tax Equity and Responsibly Addressing the Marijuana Policy Gap Act. The Small Business Tax Equity Act would repeal provisions of the tax code that deny cannabis businesses and the right to the same tax deductions as companies in other industries. The responsibly redressing the marijuana policy gap act would remove federal criminal penalties and civil asset forfeiture for individuals and businesses complying with state law. The bill would also give cannabis businesses legal under state law access to banking, bankruptcy protection, cannabis research, and advertising. The bill includes an expungement process for some cannabis convictions that will reduce some of the collateral damage on the war on drugs, including the denial of federal housing and financial aid. The bill also gives veterans legal access to medical cannabis programs and protects Native American tribes from prosecution under federal cannabis laws. Hush. Let me take a sip of some beer from 3 Stars Brewery. New Harvard. In other headlines, study suggests smoking cannabis is associated with higher sperm count. Pun intended.
That's super sperm.
Get your big pun on. If you're a testicle-having person, or a double testicle-having person.
Hey, we're right on time, right. Adam Balshak. We're just talking about testicles and
Adam Balshak just stepped in the building.
And fertility.
If you're a double testicle-having person who smokes cannabis, you probably heard that you're harming your reproductive health or your spermies. You probably heard that smoking cannabis lowers your spermal count or reduces the quality or the DNA integrity of your spermals. If you're not trying to have a kid and you just want to watch the spermies fly all over the wall on new bed sheets that are Gucci and Louis Vuitton, maybe that sounds just fine.
That's a lot of sharing.
No, you know that shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
This shit ejects. This is not a kid's show.
Bang! Ceiling.
Bang! Bang!
Move, bitch!
Oh, yeah! Something about murder. But a new study by Harvard medical researchers published today in the journal Human Reproduction is challenging this oft-repeated conventional wisdom. Splack attack, according to researchers, smoking cannabis may actually make a person's testicles feel make a person's testicles more fertile, not less. For some reason, I'm saying feel more fertile. My balls are feeling real fertile right now. I got my oats sown. Oh God. This is funny. The idea that consuming marijuana lowers sperm count may not just be wrong, but the exact opposite of the truth. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say, I've been jerking off more. The more I smoke, the more I jerk off, man. Every morning, gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? 42 years old, gotta fucking 10 up every morning. Gotta knock that shit down. Concentrate. Let go of some stress. Welcome to the show. This Slab Hour, everybody. Let that sink in for just a moment, or you can go grab some water real quick and get it off of your clothing real quick while we go into the rest of this article, which says that the idea of consuming marijuana, that's according to the new peer-reviewed article, Marijuana Smoking Markers of Testicular Function Among Men from a Fertility Center. Researchers say that smoking cannabis at all ever could increase not only sperm count, but also sperm concentration in semen. In short, smoking cannabis may increase male reproductive fertility, not reduce it. I promise you, I did not write this up myself to make fake news. This is real deal shit. The conclusion flies in the face of...
Ooh.
Did you write this?
He didn't
You
write
did.
shit.
Look at it. He's fucking grinning like a
You
schoolboy right
pervert.
now. Yeah, look at you, perv. Yeah,
Next
you
time,
fantasize it.
keep that shit in your head.
The conclusion flies in the face of what people have said and thought about what cannabis and fertility for years. And no wonder, newspapers, magazines, websites have published articles on negative impacts on cannabis and male fertility. Yeah, lay off of us, man. My fucking sperm's riding. Fucking like a rider. And to be fair, most of those articles are based on scientific studies which suggest cannabis isn't doing anyone's sperm any favors. But a closer look at those studies presents a much more complex picture. We still know relatively little about the human endocannabinoid system, ECS, let alone how it interacts with other bodily systems. And studies have looked into links whether the ECS and the endocrine system have yet to produce definitive or conclusive data about the effects of cannabis on fertility. The same is, of course, true about this new Harvard study. But its conclusions suggest that we have everything backward when it comes to what we think cannabis does to sperm. Between 2000 and 2017, Harvard researchers conducted a study of 662 subfertile males enrolled at Massachusetts General Hospital Fertility Center. Over that time, the study participants produced a total of 1,143 sperm samples. Roughly, the participants also provided blood samples, allowing researchers to measure their reproductive hormone concentrations. Participants self-reported cannabis and other drug use, so that data point isn't perfect. However, 365 of them reported that they had smoked cannabis at some point. The rest said they had never smoked cannabis. According to the researchers, the 365 participants had significantly higher sperm concentration than men who had never smoked marijuana. In quantitative terms, that means 6.27 million per milliliter for cannabis.
Phone homie.
Yeah. What?
I feel like we spend a lot of time on this story, bro.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? Like
taking one for the team.
Right. We've been talking about male sperm for a long
let's just get to the story, man.
time, bro.
62.6 million per milliliter for cannabis smokers compared to the 45.4
you know what I mean? Like,
million. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got 2.7 million in this per milliliter for non. So you guys not smoking, you got 45 million. That's it. Furthermore, researchers found similar results when they measured the total sperm count, challenging the idea that cannabis smokers produce less semen. Interestingly, researchers said this has no difference whether the participant was a current or past cannabis smoker, challenging the idea that cannabis has just a temporary or reversal effect on male fertility. Also interesting was the data showing that marijuana smokers come up shorter than non-cannabis consumers in one category: follicle stimulating hormone, or FHS. And then it says FSH. Okay. FHS is the hormone that promotes the formation of ova or sperm. And the study found that cannabis smokers had significantly lower FSH concentrations than never smokers. Researchers are unsure why cannabis smokers in the study had lower FHS but higher sperm concentration and count. And they also didn't observe the impact of cannabis consumption on other semen parameters like DNA integrity. Yeah, we're getting too much semen going on right now. The new Harvard study also suggests that smoking weed is associated with higher sperm count. And researchers are still open to the possibility that there's a completely cannabis-free explanation on the data why they obtained. One hypothesis suggests that since cannabis consuming is a risky behavior, it may increase testosterone levels, leading to higher sperm counts. Whether the relationship between cannabis and male fertility don't count on just don't count it on lowering your sperm count, whatever. So it seems like everything over the years that we've been taught has been wrong.
Bullshit.
It's been bullshit. Let's go. You got that rest of that stuff? We got 5 more minutes to show the you got the SoundCloud clip. Let's get that and whatever else we can pull out the motherfucking rabbit's ass. All right, I'm smoking on this fucking Girl Scout cookie.
We've got rabbits. We got rabbits. Y'all been keeping it from me.
Rabbit ass. RABID.
Oh, rabid.
Yeah.
Oh, like with rabies.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a rabies person here?
Ass with rabies.
Oh, shit. Yeah, don't tell me nothing.
I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore, guys. You reached the almost end of the show, but we're trying to get the rest of the stuff on. Here's an excerpt right now. Let's turn the music off real quick. Here's an excerpt from the Critical Grass episode 15.
So how long has dabbing been around, and where did it originally come from?
I started dabbing in around 2009-ish, 2008, 2009. So that's when I really started understanding it. 2014, I think it started becoming a really strong thing, dead on for people within the community. And now it's pretty much out there, blasted in the mainstream. So I think I really started. But I mean, you can really trace it back as far as like probably even earlier into, much earlier history. But as far as dabbing and oil, I would say like the 60s, they had this stuff called royal jelly. And that was, there was stuff that they pulled out, of the plants, and they would use it on a heated substance and kind of dab it like maybe a heated knife sort of thing. So it's kind of like dabbing in its early forms.
Hot knives.
Hot knives, I'm pretty sure there are people that knew things about heated elements and stuff back then that had their own forms of dabbing, but it was just always in personal circles, and never mainstream. But I've watched the growth of it, because in 2012, when I went to the High Times Cannabis Cup in Amsterdam, the 25th one, that's when I became phone homie, if you will. We were dabbing there, and people were creating, heated elements for dabbing and stuff like that, but it was all very raw, very early, and people were scared about it too, because in Amsterdam, dabbing was not necessarily a thing that was legal.
If you look at any menu of a dispensary in the United States, you'll most likely find a good portion to include various strange-sounding products. You might see...
I drop records, I murder guys. My flow impeccable, I treat the beat like an edible. I got more bars than a federal penitentiary. I'm so dope, they wanna sentence me. I know they envy me, riding the back of the Tesla, smoking no gas in this bitch, but it run off of energy. I got the game in the Jovo, I got that shit for the Lolo. Playing, I'm banging that fofo. We never fuck with the popo. In my hood, that's just a no-no. Hold on, money keep calling my phone. Man, I'm so booked up, I fuck around, need me a clone. Nigga, we on. Pull up and fuck shit up, pick up a bag, and nigga, we gon' fuck the industry. Nigga, I'm industry, nigga.
Oh, 3/4 of a beer. I'm not drunk yet. What? What do you mean my eyes go in the opposite way of the other one? I don't know. Yeah, critical grass. So, yeah, what I wanted to explain about critical grass, I was out in Warsaw in Poland, and a gentleman had come up, and they were doing a podcast and everything, and I really think you guys should go check out the podcast. It's really cool. Just being out there. Actually, as a matter of fact, ever since I've come back from Poland, we've been able to really get a lot of products out there, and we're getting all our caps, our wooden brim caps, out in Poland. So the brand is spreading out there in the world. We really thank everybody who participated in that event, and it's really cool to see the after effects. So please check out that interview and the episode of Critical Grass. My homies out there in Poland, if you want to check it out, just hit me up in the DM and we'll go from there. Chirp it up and slap it down. We're at the end of the show. Thanks for joining us today. Chirp it up and slap it down. Was there anything else? No, that was it. Until next week. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of things coming up. And thank you for tuning in to the motherfucking Slab Hour. I'm about to dip out, chew on some of this world's finest chocolate with caramel. I don't even. Does it have THC in it? Probably doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Anyway, peace, guys.
I gotta have those